Two shots. Alright. Gonna go pretty high. No. Alright. Alright, right here. Just in case. Alright. Oh, that was so close. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna hit that, it's gonna be fine. Oh! That was nasty, kind of. I'm gonna try for this. Alright. Just gonna... almost just hit that first try. Who else just seen that? I almost just hit that first try. It's about to take forever. I'm not gonna give up. Just never give up in life. Never give up. I'm gonna try to hit this for the person that I'm gonna try to hit this trick shot for the person that just joined. For you. Yo, what's up? Whoever just joined. How are you doing? Too. I'm just trying to hit a trick shot. Oh. Left. It's alright. I guess he didn't want to watch me. It's alright. I don't really care. The people I care about is the people that watch my whole videos. Alright, I'm just gonna make my own. Alright, I might hit a crazy one. Alright. Bro, it's just gonna take forever. I'm not gonna give up. Yo, alright. Oh, that was too low. Alright. Yeah? What? I said, eh. Oh. Oh my god, they give them a haircut. Oh shoot. Bro, they give them a haircut. This seems ridiculous. Sometimes. Oh my god. We don't know. Yo, the person that's in here, thank you for staying in here. Usually everybody just leaves. But thank you, whoever's staying in here. Where's the candy? Bro, it says it says it comes with a different style, but it doesn't. I wish if you bought the candy axe, you could have the minty axe. Bro, if I had that, I'd be wearing like her water skins. Ooh. Yo, bro, the person that's watching this, what skin should I wear? And tell me what pickaxe and black blade. Person that's watching this, tell me what skin. Just all the skins I have. The person that's watching this, tell me what skin to wear. Back bling and pickaxe. Could be anything. Whatever you comment. If you don't comment, I'm just gonna wear my combo that I always wear. Bro, freaking, I'm tired as hell. Oh, I forgot about my docs. You wish. You wish. Ooh, thick boy. No. What? Bro, I have 400 ping right now. Bro, I have 200 ping. No bit. We don't give about no bit. We don't. Bruh. Why does it feel like I'm at like 100? You guys are little bots. Now where you get that aim assist from? Scan me, what the freak's going on? Alright, I'm gonna hide over here. See what they do. dog. Bro, there is no difference in this freaking... Yo. Bruh. Bruh, that man just lagged. Sonalita! Bro, this thing does like 5 extra damage. Oh, you dumb? That's what I was about to say, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh? Because it's like, it's not like I just walked straight into that thinking that am I dumb? Of course not. It's not like I did. You feel? Bro, this man's about to go FBI open up at my nuts. Awful. Oh. Like, nobody wanna come in here, you dead. You dead. You'll be dead as hell. Dead as hell. Whew. I see you, little gun. What is that gonna do? Oh, okay, baby. Maybe it's my weakness. I know I'm on controller, but we don't fuck no bit. We don't fuck no bit. Now you. What? I'm about to go. I can't stop. Make my 40 pack. Bro, I'm gonna have like 200 ping. Watch. I'm calling it. 200 ping. 200 ping. 200 ping. I'm going to. Only you can. 200 ping. I feel like I had it way back on this one. I'll show you. Okay, so I just have to visit Dago 5 times. Where is Dago? They killed Dago. Bro, where's Doggo? Where's the poop? Here. Okay, what's another one? Bruh. She might be at the gas station over here, so. Bruh, I need some different ones. I snipe his head off. Oh! I'm scared. I know. I can't tell if that man was in a fight with the marauders over there or what. No, I'm just doing it. Healing. I just give up. Bro, you toxic. Look at the doodle ass shit. Look at the doodle looking dude. I just got a green AR and a 15.
If you look closely in both shots, I'm not holding the trigger. This kid is. In fact, that kid was the whole reason we were there at all, because this was a culmination of 8 months of planning to throw him the most epic birthday party ever. And all of this started inadvertently from a single surprise phone call. What's up, Fletcher?
Oh, this shit.
What's going on, buddy? How are things, man?
They just got better.
This is Fletcher. And this is also Fletcher a year before this call. But unbeknownst to everyone at the time, also pictured here under all that amazing hair was a fast-growing brain tumor. They eventually realized something was wrong and discovered it was a dangerous form of brain cancer so rare he was only the 6th kid ever known to have had it. So his family uprooted their lives for a year and moved almost 1,000 miles to be closer to St. Jude, where they removed the tumor and would try and fix his brain. In fact, our call was the night before he was going back in for another brutal week of chemo. He's such a funny kid, and I was so inspired by his hopeful attitude that after talking for an hour, I secretly vowed that if he made it to 13 years old, I would fly him and his family out and surprise him with just the dopest birthday party ever. And not long after, I texted Fletcher this picture. So he knew we had closely matching hairstyles, but what he didn't know is that plans were already underway for him and I to take back the record for the world's largest elephant toothpaste. And as a quick refresher, last summer, my buddy Science Bob and I set the world record for elephant toothpaste by filling up an empty swimming pool. I wanted to be able to swim in the foam afterwards, so we figured out how to use yeast as the catalyst, which is in fact safer, but it doesn't react very fast. And our video seemed to inspire some folks, because 2 months later, this happened in David Dobrik's backyard, where they didn't bother with yeast and just took the normal reaction and scaled it up a bunch. But then a few weeks later, these guys in Brazil did the largest experiment yet, and they are the current Guinness World Record holders. And so even though Fletcher's birthday was still 8 months out, we started our testing right away, because I knew blasting a world record amount of foam straight up into the sky wasn't as easy as it might sound. And the part that concerned me the most was picking the right nozzle size. And here's what I mean. These 3 containers are identical.
And alright, I think she might be here. I'm hoping she's there.
Except for the diameter of their outlets. If that diameter is too large, it looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really go that high. Too small, and it will go high, but it just looks like confetti and doesn't look that impressive. But for every container, there is a Goldilocks size diameter opening that gives you that cool laminar looking flow while still going pretty high. And you might think, well, why don't you just take a typical flask that works so well and just scale all the dimensions up? And we tried that on our first 5-foot scale test. And just as I feared, it went all confetti on us. And the problem is illustrated here. If you want to scale up and double all the dimensions of the block, you get this. It's perfect. All these dimensions increased exactly by a factor of 2. But wait a sec. The volume increased by a factor of 8. This is called the squared cube law, and its effects are everywhere in nature, such as putting a hard limit on just how big land animals can be. Because how heavy you are is a function of your volume, but the strength of your muscles and bones is a function of their cross-sectional area. So since animals evolved to get heavier by the power of 3, but stronger by only the power of 2, at some point it's just too much. So in the next 5-foot test, we increased the top diameter by a mere 3.5 inches. But now the pendulum swung too far the other way, because while the column looked smooth, it didn't really go that high. And so finally for the third test, we let the pendulum swing back just a tad and shave down that diameter by just over an inch to try and dial in that Goldilocks outlet size. And sure enough, the column went really high and looked great. But this test uncovered others. With such a high volume of foam, the pressure was creating some really high forces in the flask. I mean, that's a lot of damage, which, quite frankly, left us with only one option. And so with the power of flex tape, we scaled things up even further to a 10-foot test and did our best to interpolate that Goldilocks outlet size. here, the flex tape, where you can see it single-handedly held the thing together, even as the screws and wood busted through. And we were realizing we just had to make the structure so over-engineered and indestructible, so the only option for the foam to escape the high pressure would be going out the top. And so while that wasn't a perfect result, I felt like we learned enough from all of our failures to design it strong enough for the final 20-foot world record version. In the end, we ran over 150 tests, not only to determine the right scaled-up flask dimensions, but things like, does neck length have an effect? What happens if you vary the soap amounts? What effect do different brands of food coloring have? All of these tests were really insightful, but perhaps the most interesting finding was stumbling upon something I've affectionately named Devil's Toothpaste. Now you might be thinking, Devil's Toothpaste? That seems a bit extreme, Mark, but allow me to demonstrate. This is a shoebox full of the standard formula of hydrogen peroxide, sodium iodide, and soap that pretty much everyone uses to make elephant toothpaste. Now here's the same volume of reactants, only this time using Devil's Toothpaste. Now see if you can spot the difference in real time. Not only is it hyperreactive, but the reaction is much hotter, so you get these really cool bubble formations. Here's one more. Once again, this is normal elephant's toothpaste in an Erlenmeyer flask. No big deal. People have been doing this for years. But once again, here's the same volume of reactants, now only with Devil's Toothpaste. And given how explosive this is, this may be irresponsible of me, but while we watch the replay, I'll tell you exactly how to make it. You start with 2016. Once that mixes, you're going to for a Winfrey. A torch on the leftover rabbit fur, and you're good to go. And so by taking some rigorous safety precautions, we also intended to set the first and therefore only world record for the world's largest Devil's Toothpaste experiment by filling 6 55-gallon drums with 400 times the amount that broke the flask here. And so after 150 tests and 8 months of work, feeling much more confident about our build plans and chemistry, we packed everything up and made our way to the small farming town of Gridley, California. We chose Gridley because our family friend Dale graciously agreed to let us use his land, which is full of hundreds of acres of walnut trees. No, don't even.
No way! Finish me and then go. Come on, Matthew. Don't lose, you're an idiot! You're an absolute idiot. Why would you just lose? Let's go, you're insane. Actually, 200 IQ, harpoon. 200 IQ. No, you better give me that back. You better give me that back. You better. If you don't, I'm going to leave. I'm going to say peace, bro. And don't be like, oh, I killed him, it's mine. No, bruh. I lowered him for you, my guy. Alright. Yeah, he even knows that's mine. I just need to find out more. I really hate kids that play like this. I'm alright with dying. I just got a tier up, or I can just buy one level up. Yeah.
Even think about it, fat guys. He also had a great backyard we could make use of. And so with only 4 days left till Fletcher was flying out for the party, we got to work on a 20-second build montage.
Yes! Let's go. Let's go!
And it took 4 consecutive kind of 14-hour back-breaking days of labor in the hot sun, because with so much time to plan the most epic birthday party ever, I just kept adding more and more ideas to the list we would need to pull off. So in addition to building the indestructible 20-foot flask and the devil's toothpaste dumping mechanism, we also needed to make a methane bubble fountain, a 3D bubble printer, a fire tornado, a slip and slide into a pool, and an epic bubble pit. And even though I brought my buddies, it was cool to see this turn into a modern-day small-town USA barn racing. If we needed extra hands or a piece of equipment, 10 neighbors were there like instantly to help us out. And so the morning of the big day, there was still a lot of last-minute scrambling, but things were looking pretty good. I'm seriously so nervous right now. I love pranks, and a surprise is like the most wholesome type of prank, so I haven't been able to sleep for days just thinking about this, like every last detail to how this will go down. And so with only 1 hour left, we did one final test run on everything. First, the devil's toothpaste. Perfecto! And then the 20-foot flask. For the real reaction, the peroxide would fill the whole bottom pool where John was standing, and then the troughs would dump over all the catalyst at once, sort of like this. And I should mention, Guinness only lets you choose one world record category per event, so we were going for the tallest, but when we did the math to scale up the flask to the arbitrary height I picked of 20 feet, and this is a true story, it was exactly 1 gallon less than the folks in Brazil who set the world record for the largest. And so don't mind me while I set these 2-gallon containers right here. And so as people started gathering for the surprise, I hit the hardest streets of Gridley, California to look for some kind of last-minute disguise. And so after a bit of a warm-up, because these are all moves I can for sure do, and that's definitely me in the costume, the moment I had spent the last 8 months planning for had finally arrived. And the cover story for the kids is they were coming to tour a walnut farm of a distant relative. And to provide a good juxtaposition, I wanted him to feel as awkward as possible for this part. And then when we gathered for the picture, I snuck up right behind him and took off my mask. Alright, cool. What do you guys want to do next? What should we do? His sister Isla also had no idea any of this was going to happen. What up, buddy? How are you? Get in here. I'm the boy. What's up, dude? When I'm not making videos, I'm the Gridley mascot. To really stretch out the surprise, I wanted him to think I was only there to drop in and say hi. So I had Dale suggest that I take the kids for a ride in his dune buggy, to which I reluctantly agreed because, you know, I'm a busy guy. I could do it, like 15 minutes. You guys want to go for a razor ride? Is that cool? Let's get the whole crew. Your sister? I had about like half an hour, so it's good to meet you in real life. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Don't come on! Not a weird, okay. Watch out for walnuts. Oh, a single walnut grows in one of these, which is crazy to me. All of those are just a single walnut. As we pulled up the driveway, I stopped the dune buggy in a precisely predetermined location where the view of the 20-foot flask was obscured by the truck. I heard it was your birthday, so I got you something simple.
Well, tomorrow's my real birthday.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. I'm 1 day off. So, Fletch, I gotta come clean, buddy. You and I today are gonna set a Guinness World Record for the world's tallest elephant toothpaste.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
You are currently in a YouTube video. I want you to wave to your 20 million of your newest friends.
Hello.
We're gonna put all the elephant toothpaste in there and just blast it in the air.
Yeah, I got 15 minutes.
I actually fully cleared my schedule.
Oh my god.
With the surprise fully and successfully executed, my heart rate finally lowered a bit, and I gave them a preview of all the cool stuff we had lined up for the party. Then we headed to the backyard where he saw the setup and his lawn.
You are devious.
Because at this point it had sunk in that there would be no Walnut Farm tour, and that her and I had been conspiring for months. For now, though, it was time to party.
Bro, this looks so cool.
Before we busted out the flaming bubbles or the bubble pit, we headed across the street to check out the world's first and therefore largest devil's toothpaste experiment. Science Bob came over and hooked us up with the slow-mo shot.
Bro, I want to see what's so good about this.
This shot was from a GoPro on rails, and we weren't quite fast enough with the pull. And for some reason I found this, like, Wall-E level pathetically sad. You can see, even in slow-mo, the reaction happens so incredibly fast. And I apologize for the gratuitous amount of slow-mo, but this has got to be the coolest thing I've ever filmed. And afterwards, it kept oozing this rainbow Play-Doh extrusion thing. Some kind of whimsical alien landscape. And as you can see over time, it just sort of deflates itself. And after that, we went back and ate some dinner, and had some amazing and not at all creepy Army of Fletcher-faced cupcakes, while the crew started prepping for the big world record finale. And the main cool stuff I would need to have at my birthday party if I was turning 13 years old, I of course had to bust out the Elon Musk flamethrower, while I just flat bubbles. And finally, it was back in the front yard to top things off with the most amazing bubble pit ever. It was like belly flopping on a cloud. At this point, we realized it was taking way longer to fill up than we had calculated. So it was all hands on deck to try and pull this off before the sun went down. Oh, and this is cool. The bubble pit was dual purpose because once empty, it served as a bunker to give a completely safe front row seat to whatever was about to happen. And so with the flats really close to being filled, Fletcher asked to take a very quick last-minute ride in the Tesla, because he'd never been to one.
This is in like every video.
You guys are in our video. For the request, I gave them a quick ride. Perfect, because we made it back just as they were sealing up the door for the big moment. Okay, Fletcher, I'm handing this to you officially. To think, you should have been touring a walnut farm right now. And so after 8 months of planning and so much work by so many people, it's the coolest birthday present I've ever given. everybody came down to this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Look at that.
And I'd just like to point out how great that flowing column looks with a perfectly selected outlet diameter. That is, until things got chaotic once the pressure...
Whoa, what? I mean, they got me.
I just want to make one thing clear real quick. I love fast food, but I just don't trust it. And just like when you're in a relationship, have you ever been in a relationship when you caught your boyfriend or girlfriend lying? Once that trust is gone, it's almost impossible to get back. If you worked at a mall or a shopping plaza, you know when it's time to eat. It's always at the food court. I used to work at a clothing store. I'm at greeter spot and my coworker Jeremiah comes up. All right, I just clocked in, you can go to lunch. Cool, well, I'm gonna get a cheeseburger from, let's call this place Ronald's. I'm gonna get a cheeseburger from Ronald's. You want anything? Don't go to that Ronald's in the food court. I used to work there before I got the job here. Why not? Don't go there, just trust me. Bro, I love Ronald's, so you need to tell me why I don't need to go to this Ronald's. You know how many people's burgers I spit in while I was working at that Ronald's? Wait, what? If I looked up at the screen and I saw anybody order a custom order, I spit in it. What did you order when you would go there? Cheeseburger, only ketchup, mayo, and mustard. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. I spit in that burger. You're joking, right? How do you do this with the manager around? The manager there doesn't care. You know how many times people would come and complain about hair in their food? And it was the manager's hair that was in the food, and he'd be like, nobody here has that hair color. And it's clearly his. Needless to say, I stopped going to Ronald's a lot. So a few years later, I meet this girl, Brianna. She works at, let's call her place Jenny's. So she works at Jenny's, and I find out she works at fast food. I tell her about the Jeremiah story. That is not normal. People usually only mess with your food if you're rude or an a-hole. Okay, did you ever mess with anybody's food? Only once, because the guy was an a-hole. America Explain. We got this guy's order wrong, and he came back yelling and cursing at me. I wasn't even on the line. I was at register. He is yelling and making a huge scene. I'm like on the verge of tears. So if you're on register and you handle money, you're not supposed to be on the line making food. But since that guy was a super a-hole, I went to the back and I made his food. I took his patty and I dropped it on the floor. Then I look at my coworker and he's just shaking his head like, it's not enough. And then I took his bun and I rubbed it around the rim of the garbage can. Don't be rude to people who are fixing your food. I used to eat fast food every day. Now I eat fast food like once every 5 months. No, a good rule of thumb is if you ever go to a fast food place and the people preparing your food, if they're not wearing gloves, don't eat there. Because if they're ignoring that rule, they're most likely ignoring a bunch of other rules too. So yeah, needless to say, I pretty much stopped going to fast food. And I still, to this day, love fast food. So for any of y'all...
I'm just gonna use this chair. Alright, I'm on my way. Oh my god, what an a-hole. What an a-hole. Like, you think you're good. Oh, I'm so good. I got the scooter dance. Holy.
Any of y'all that watch my story on Instagram, every time I go to Tokyo, you see me at that 24-hour McDonald's in Shinjuku every single day. Everybody's very respectful. The chances of somebody messing with your food over there is slim to -0. So I quit working retail, get the job at Hard Rock Hotel as a lifeguard, and one day I'm running super late, which is pretty much every day I'm scheduled to work. And I get the urge for some, let's call this place Chess. The burgers and the fries of this place are amazing. However, the people they've been hiring and the quality has just been going downhill over the years, so now it's just too risky to go there. So it's the first time I'm going to be eating fast food in like 4 years. So I pulled to the speaker.
And then he said, if we break up, ain't nobody gonna want me. Girl, his friend Tyrone want me. His friend Jaquil is all up in my DMs. Pierre want me. Who go Pierre? Yes, girl, yes, Pierre. He cuter than a mother. Well, if we break up, you know what I'll do?
Hello?
Excuse me, yes.
Can I make an order?
Can you wait? Oh, God, no, he didn't. I know. Girl, I'm gonna get fired today, Russell. Oh, welcome to Chet. What can I get you?
Yeah, sorry, not in a rush. Can I get number 1, the cheeseburger meal with only ketchup, mustard, and lettuce? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a large, can I make that a large with a Sprite?
Pull around.
Pull up to the window. They make the order. She gives me the bag. I pull off. Cool. I'm driving up to an evening car. I take my burger out. But you guys love it and tell them only ketchup and only mustard. Super simple. And they put everything on it. They get it completely wrong. I love it so much that I turn around and drive back. I already know this is not going to end.
Welcome to Chet's. Can I take your order?
Yes. The cheeseburger combo with only ketchup and only mustard and only lettuce. I figured, let me just order like a completely new person. When I pull to the window, that's when I drop it out. I'm like, hey, you messed up my order. Can I just swap you the messed up order for the order that you just placed? Is what I tell her. This is her response.
I just put this in as a new order. Why you didn't tell me back there at the intercom that this was a messed up order? You annoying. I swear to God.
She grabs my order, walks around the corner. So about 30 seconds later, I see one of the employees poke his head around the window and look at me, and then go back. And about a minute later, I see another employee poke their head around the window, and then go back. Mind you, this is not on something to recognize you from YouTube, because I started my YouTube channel, but I was only at like 100 subscribers at the time, so this is not that. So then she hands me the new bag, doesn't say a word. Take the bag, drive off. I open up this bag, and it smells like a dumpster, and the sewer had a baby. It was odious. It smelled like they took my burger and went around the rim with it one time. This reeked. I'm not gonna eat this food. As soon as I get to work, I'm throwing this away. So I'm driving. Lo and behold, I see a homeless man on the corner of the road. And I think to myself, huh. I pull over and I hold the bag out of the window. He sees me, stands up, walks to the edge of the road, and then he's waiting for opening in traffic so he can cross. And then I think to myself, are you an idiot? Those employees did God knows what to your food. You're not going but you're gonna give it to this homeless man? That's not cool. That's not cool. Traffic clears up, and the homeless man starts jogging toward me. And as he gets closer, I panic, and I just drive off. But then I get to work, and I'm on the guard stand, and I start thinking, from that homeless guy's perspective, I pulled up like, hey, bro, come get this free food. Psych, see ya, scared. Y'all ever put yourself in a situation where you just feel like crap? I just couldn't shake that feeling of feeling like a terrible person. So for the next few days that I had to work, every time I would go in, I was looking for this homeless dude. Never saw him again, unfortunately. And I couldn't shake that feeling of feeling like a terrible person. So to kind of counteract it, if I was at a drive-thru, I'd pay for the person behind me. If I was at a movie theater, I'd buy the person behind me a ticket. I was just OD. So yeah, some of us love fast food, but some of us also have trust issues. We've been hurt in the past. Once that trust is gone, it's almost impossible to get back.
Is he? Sorry for simping, but simping what I do. Stop. Sorry for tripping, but tripping what I do. What is it? Dress up and drip, drip all over you. This man's laggy now. Wait. Right. Don't think my combo's not clean. Like the pink on my pickaxe matches the pink on the suit. Like you know how this says like a yellow that kind of matches with that. You feel? Simping, but simping what I do. Purple, you're a little bop. Number 8, Falls, the quarterback.
Come on in. Ben is super hyped to meet all of you. This is everyone. And basically, we're going to be doing a little Tinder in real life video. How's that sound? Terrible. Look, Ben, I know you're lonely, okay? So I got... They're just gonna... I can tell you're lonely. So basically, what's gonna happen, they're gonna say their name and give you a pickup line, and if you like them, you're gonna swipe right, and if you don't like them, then you're gonna swipe left. Dude, everyone is finding their pickup line. Wait, what? Yo. Wait, what? No. Sophie, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just like these down dudes.
Wait, what? Yo, no, bro, wait, you're not supposed to be here.
Okay, it's fine. She's already here, so we're just gonna go and do it anyway.
Yo, okay. This is getting a little weird, but...
I love the dumb videos backfire.
No. Okay, so everyone is in a line right now, and everyone has their pickup lines ready. Ben, are you ready for this?
Just give it a fair check. Man,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play the game. I might not want to be here, but I'm gonna still play the game.
Alright, so we have our first contestant here.
Hi, I'm Jill.
Joe. My mom's name is Joe.
That's a little weird.
I'm just gonna do CPR because you took my breath away.
Oh.
I don't know CPR.
No! Oh. Well, the first one didn't really work, but you know what? We have a second contestant here.
Okay.
Impress me.
I'm Emily.
Okay.
Are you a transformer because you're Optimus Prime?
Oh! Yo! Optimus Prime.
That was really good. I love your pickup line. I love Transformers. Swipe right.
Woo! Let's go! Our next contestant here, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm 18 and kiss me with my mom. Like dinosaurs still exist, right?
I've heard that one before. Might have used that. Like straight up. So, because we're great minds think like,
Yes.
you know, we both have the same pickup line. Swipe right.
Ooh! Yo, that means you're the only one who has that's right.
That's weird.
You have 2 people that have been yeses and only 1 that have been no. So are you saying like I'm right? Like you want to go for it? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I'm sure, man. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm not that smooth, but I can
Well, since I'm the B, and you're the I'll be the D, you're E, and J.
Dude, this is like a whole math equation.
And that fits very well.
No, it's the right. There's so many people.
Yo, I'm sorry.
That's everyone, right? I think that's... No, I think that's everyone. So... Okay. Okay. That was so bad. That was so bad. No, that was so bad.
I can help you with the phone problem.
No, chill. Are you actually gonna get your number right now?
Phone's fixed.
Okay, but that was a bad pickup line, right? Like you're swiping left.
I'm gonna go right.
What? Dude, what?
Yes, you are. You have picked your favorite pickup lines, and they're...
I'm so bad at dancing. Why am I trying? Bruh. I just started and I'm already in first place.
some fun prizes. So basically, you're gonna roll that can, and you can win any of these prizes. But if you land on the hot sauce or the dog treats, then you have to take some hot sauce and eat some dog treats.
What?
Hi, Tom.
Oh, right when I get sweaty.
What?
Right when I get super sweaty too.
Oh, you got the grease back?
Oh my god, here!